We're staying at Disney's Fort Wilderness Campground, but we wanted to do something different that didn't involve the park. So we decided to go to the Wilderness Back Trail Adventure.
This was something a little bit different than neither one of us had done. Last year we went on a fishing trip, which was a blast, and as you know, if you haven't seen the video, it was epic. This one was a little bit different. We jumped on a Segway.
Yeah, so go wild on 2 wheels.
That's the sales pitch they give you.
Yeah, so it's about $90 per person. They do have some restrictions, and it's a 2-hour tour.
It was cool because you get to see some areas of the Fort Wilderness Campground that is accessible to everybody, but a lot of us didn't know they were there. I mean, we went out off of the 300 loop and went off into the wild, scary wilderness.
Woo! Hey, there could be snakes and alligators, so I'm just going to throw that out there. This is Florida.
Well, there was a big old bat barn. They've got a huge habitat there for all the bats they use to keep the mosquitoes in check.
Which they do a pretty good job. Some of them are slacking because I did get bit on my arm.
That's because you're sweet. They love you.
Oh, thanks, babe. So yeah, it was a little different. It was cool. They give you a half-hour training before they send you off. So they want to make sure you pass the little skills test.
Yeah, that way when you run into the fence like somebody did.
The stop.
Like, whoa, get it!
You all right?
Go very, very slowly. I will show
Clip
you
the-
the side. You bend your knee in the direction.
You don't die on the trail. Ow! Ow.
The bats are slacking. So for this 2-wheel adventure, you meet here at the bike barn, and that's where you get your safety helmet and an electronic earpiece for the guided tour.
Just know, if you're going to do the epic 2-wheel adventure, come over to the bike barn. It's right behind the Meadows store.
Yeah, the Meadows Trading Post. So it's overlooking a beautiful little man-made lake.
So you can't really tell, but behind us where all these golf carts are is our little confidence course. This is where we learn to ride the Segway. It was pretty cool. They pull the golf carts out, they set up some cones, we run through an obstacle course, and then once you get comfortable just standing on them, getting up, getting off, and you start doing figure eights, which is where Martha found the edge of a cone.
It was in the figure eights. I was going around the cone, and then I was looking at this hotness right here, and...
Where? It's just us. Who else out here? Who does hotness?
You.
Lies.
All right. So the tour guide and his assistant, they make you feel comfortable on the Segway. So they go through an instruction. He tells you how to maneuver everything, walks you through it on his Segway. Then they bring you out to the confidence course, and that's where you get to practice. It's about a half-hour long, so it was well worth it.
All right, as you're moving out of the confidence course, you come over here and it brings you up to a hill. And the cool part is you get to go uphill, back in the bushes. They give you some obstacles. When you're 6'2", you got to avoid the low-hanging branches, and then you come back down.
So after that little obstacle course going up the hill by the fence, through the trees, and ducking below the branches, they have you twisted around. They spin you and you go the opposite way.
That's right, can't have no NASCAR, it ain't just a left turn.
The cool part about navigating through the campground is you're on the sidewalk and then you're in the street. So the assistant goes ahead on his Segway, and his goes a little faster than ours. Ours went only 6 miles per hour top. His went about 8 or 9. So he's able to go ahead and put some cones out. He has a safety vest on and make sure that he clears the route for us if we need to stop cars or other traffic.
Yeah, they make sure that it's completely safe as you go along. It is a cool tour. The actual tour is about an hour and a half, and it does take you all through the campground. As we jokingly said, it takes you to the bat habitat, which is out of the 300 loop. We didn't know that going into it. We actually didn't even realize that there was a whole area back there that you could fish. There's dirt roads, and it takes you along the Seven Seas Lagoon, so you can actually see, Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and there's a great photo op right there. So there's 3 groups, we were one of them, and we got our assistant in trouble because we're like, can you take some pictures vertical and horizontal?
Hey, it's for y'all. If you don't know, we got to get those pictures, got to get that video.
Is for you.
So you guys got the assistant in trouble.
Yeah.
Way to go, team.
Yeah, so you better like this video.
That's right, Venturesome Tribe's fault. They did it.
Yeah, give a like for the assistant. Part of the tour, we got to see the Tri-Circle D Ranch.
That was a lot of fun because you actually get to see the Clydesdale horses, all of Mickey's buggies, and see how well they take care of these critters. Boy, they sure treat them good.
They do.
So let's talk about, would we do it again? I've got mixed emotions. I think it's a worthwhile tour to do once. I personally wouldn't pay for it a second time.
I would do it again. I'd want a full Venturesome tribe, max out the capacity of the class, and just go rolling.
You really want to get that guy in trouble now. It would be a blast if you had a group of people. Going with the two of us was fun because I enjoy Martha's company. But the tour itself was like, okay, this is something we can do on our bikes. I mean, that's one thing we have been driving or riding everywhere going through this campground.
Yeah, we'll go together. We'll take Callie for a bike ride. Depending on the weather, if it's too hot, we leave her inside till it cools down a little bit.
So overall, worthwhile?
It was worthwhile because this is our first time doing that. We've stayed at Fort Wilderness before, but we didn't do this tour because it wasn't available. We got
Rona.
to see. Yeah. So we got to see different parts of the campground, learn some of the history, and see some of the historic sites.
Yeah, and it was, like I said, I felt real safe, and it was worthwhile. It is a little spendy. Now, there is another thing that we did after this that's not necessarily the topic of this video, but is worthwhile, and we didn't really record much, and that's called the Hoop-Dee-Doo review.
That was a lot of fun. So you got to book at least 60 days out. We got lucky. We got in same day. One of the cast members up front when we extended our stay said, we asked, how do we get in here? We can't get reservations. He said, show up about
45 minutes before.
Yeah, 45 minutes before the show starts. The first two shows, you could most likely get in. The third show, you will not.
So if you have a chance to do the Segway tour, it's worth it. And if you have a chance to do the Hoop-Dee-Doo review, do it. It was a blast.
It's dinner and a show, so they feed you family style. They bring all the food out. It is a little spendy. If you have a pass holder card like we do, we did get a little discount. Great seats. It was awesome because they really do sing and they dance and it's interacting with the crowd. So that was a really cool experience.
Now there you go, guys. Couple of the different items that you can do in Fort Wilderness that has nothing to do with the theme parks. Most importantly, get out there, have some fun, enjoy every moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you've taken this tour before, let us know.
Would you recommend it? What would you tell somebody that's planning? Let us know where you go with it.
Yeah, leave it in the comments below. Other than that, we hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't.
That means the world to us. Please do that. And right now we're trending about 80% of the people that watch our videos aren't subscribed, and we're going to call it shame. Thank you very much for watching.
Have a great day and enjoy every moment. We decided to do something a little bit different. We went on the wilderness.
We went somewhere
we
went in the wilderness. It was scary. It was so scary.
We weren't naked, so we weren't afraid.